To build one of these modules, you will need 8 redstone, 5 redstone torches, 3 redstone repeaters, 5 redstone comparators, 4 target blocks, a sticky piston, a lever, 6 hoppers, 9 chests, 2 trapdoors, 4 lamps, a workstation if you're choosing for the villager, access to building blocks, a villager, a zombie that can pick up items, and for the storage/sorting system, you will need to put items into the sorting hopper, and in this case I use snowballs, but you could use filler blocks if you're choosing. So the first step to building this system is to create the villager trading area. Now this is not my idea, this is an idea I got from Logical Geek Boy. I'll go ahead and put a link to his video in the upper right hand corner of the screen, but I'll go ahead and give you a quick tutorial on how to make it. So the first thing you want to do is decide where you want to put your villager. I usually place a lever right here, and then I'll put the workstation here, and the villager is going to sit right there. So you want to block in the villager, keep them from getting out. Another thing I like to do is I like to put a trapdoor right here to keep the villager from getting out in case I break the workstation. It's very common to want to break the workstation and replace it to get a better trade with the villager. So what I'll do is I put the villager here. To get the villager into there, you can use boats or you can use minecarts. Minecarts are a great way of doing this in survival mode. But then I would check on his trades and say, okay, what kind of trades I want. That doesn't look very good, so I'll break his composter and then try again. And then he takes that. I like this trade, so then I would get some potatoes or some wheat, and I'll lock in his trade and do this before I zombify him, because there is a chance that after you zombify the villager, that he will lose that trade and it will change. Another thing to keep in mind is if you want to be zombifying the villagers to get better discounts, you want to make sure that the difficulty is always set to hard mode. Otherwise, there is a chance that the villager will die from the zombie rather than get converted. So now that we have the villager inside of our area, we want to create a way of zombifying the villager using a zombie. This part is totally optional. You don't have to use it if you just want to get the storage system, but I always like this to get discounts. So we want the zombie to stand right here. Even though he can attack the villager, he doesn't have direct eyesight with the villager, so he's not going to aggro and attack the villager. So we'll have him standing right here, and then when we do want the villager to get attacked by the zombie, what we'll do is we'll place a trapdoor and turn it up like that, so the villager will not get into the same space as the zombie. We're going to take a sticky piston, and we're going to place it upwards right here, right below the block that the villager is standing on. Then you're going to put down some redstone blocks right here. Take your redstone dust and you put one here and here. And then now, as you can see, the lever works nicely, and the villager cannot escape from the machine, as you can see. And now the zombie has access to the villager from there. So when the lever is up, the villager is away from the zombie and will not be zombified. When the lever is down, they will be zombified. So let's go ahead and insert the zombie now. So you want to make sure the zombie can pick up items, otherwise he will despawn. I always like to give the zombie a weapon, but I always want to make sure that you want to make sure not to use baby zombies. You want to make sure to use adult zombies. I always like to throw a weapon at them to see if they'll pick it up, and if they don't, then I just keep looking for zombies that can eventually pick up items. So in this case, I'll keep throwing swords at the zombies until I get one that works. Okay, awesome. So we found a zombie that will pick up items. I like to give him an iron sword because he does more damage and will convert the villager a lot faster. So now that we have done that, we can block him in. Always make sure to have a block above his head if you're building this outside so that he does not get burned by the sunlight. And now we know that the game is in hard mode. We can go ahead and lower the villager, and as you can see, he will get attacked and is going to be converted into a zombified villager. And then now we can convert him and get a discount on our prices. So that is how you build the trading area of this machine. One last thing I want to mention is if you're going to make this tileable, as in you want to add more villagers to the system, so I wanted one here, always make sure that there is actually an air gap between the villagers so they can talk to each other, because villager gossip is actually a good way of getting a reduction on your prices. So if the villagers can see each other, they will talk to each other and they'll actually reduce prices for you, which is a good thing. Now that you have built the trading hall, now you can add the storage system to the machine. So the first thing you want to do is get out your redstone lamps, and you want to place a redstone lamp right here from the corner away from the zombie right here, right there, one block forward. And the reason why we're doing this is because we're going to place our chests right in front of it at this spot right here. Get out your hopper, and you want to place it on the right hand side if you're facing this direction, or on the left hand side if you're facing the villager. You want to put a hopper right there facing into this chest, and then you just want to repeat this design for 3 more layers, so you'll have a total of 4 double chests, 4 hoppers, and 4 redstone lamps. Next, you want to get out your building block of choosing, and you want to cover up all of these sides right here to prevent items from getting caught on the redstone. And then you're going to get out your comparators, and you're going to read the signal of this chest through the block, as you see here. Then you're going to put a block here. You're going to do the same thing with another comparator, but you're reading the signal from this hopper, so when items go into that hopper, it'll light up, it'll turn off this redstone lamp. And you just want to stagger this design like you see here. Place one more right here, reading the signal from this last hopper. And as you can see, we have a comparator for each level. Next, you're going to get out your target blocks, and you're going to place them at this corner right here. You're going to place 4 total, and you're going to place 4 redstone torches receiving the signal from the target blocks. Those redstone torches will turn on these lamps. This storage system follows the doctrine of off means on. So if this lamp turns off, then there are items inside of this chest. If it is on, then that means the chest or the hopper is empty. Next, you're going to get out your redstone dust. You're going to place one right here. And then that means that the signal from that chest will go to this comparator, it'll go to this redstone dust, it'll go into the target block, turn off this torch, and then this lamp will turn off, as I just explained. Next, you want to take a block and you want to put it right here, and right here. The comparator will read the signal from the hopper and point it into this block, which is going to be pulled by a redstone repeater, and then sent to this redstone dust right here, which will go into the target block and turn off this torch right here. And then now you just repeat this design for each layer. You have one right here, and then a redstone repeater and dust right here. And as you can see, all of the chests are now hooked up, and all of the hoppers are now hooked up to these lamps. This system is not 100% accurate, but you are guaranteed that if the lamp is off, that there will be items inside of this chest. Sometimes you will find items inside of the chest, but the lamp will still be on. That's because the chest is not filled up and gone to the hopper yet, which is being read from by the comparator. So the system is not 100% accurate, but it's good enough for large numbers of items. Now that you have built the storage system, you can go ahead and add the sorting system, which will be attached to it. So the first thing you're going to do is get out your chest, and you're going to place it right here on top of this top hopper. This is to save on total number of hoppers. You're going to place one pointed into this chest, and then you're going to get out your blocks. You're going to place a block right here temporarily, place a block here, and then you're going to take another hopper, and you're going to face it into that block. This is very important because you don't want the items in this hopper to flow into this one directly. Next, we're going to get out some more blocks. We're going to place one here, we'll have one here, here, and here. We're going to break that block right there. So once you have these blocks placed, you can get out your comparator. You have the comparator reading the signal of this hopper through this block. You're going to place 2 pieces of redstone dust, one here and here, and then reading the power from this block right here is going to be a redstone repeater, which is going into a redstone torch, which is powering this block, powering this hopper right here, and preventing items from this hopper from flowing down into the storage system. Next, we can go ahead and add the items to the sorter. This is a very standard design. What I like to do is I like to use snowballs because they're cheap and easy to get. I don't typically sort snowballs. And then you put 4 here, and as you can see, it has lit up the comparator and has given a power signal of 1. And if it goes one more further, it'll turn on this redstone repeater, turn off this torch, and then allow the items to flow through. So we only want that to happen when there is a certain number of items inside of the hopper. In this case, we're sorting wheat, so we'll go ahead and put our wheat here, and it'll continue to drop the items from the hopper until it gets to about 6. And then when that happens, then it will stop, and it'll allow for more items, more wheat to go through, and it'll sort that from the system. And as you see here, it stops, and then if there's more items to be sorted, they will fall in through the hopper up here, and they will get sorted through into the machine, and they will collect here at the very bottom, which you can see is collecting here, and it'll work its way up and fill up the entire storage system. Awesome. So now you have a fully functioning trading, storage, and sorting system as you can see before you. Now what if you want to add more modules to your system? Well, doing so is pretty easy, but you have to make sure that when you do so you tile it correctly. You cannot simply just repeat this design over here, otherwise the redstone will mix together and things will not work properly. So in order to continue building this design, what you need to do is get out your chests and your building blocks. You're going to place just a quick layer of building blocks here. And you're going to place your chests like we did last time. And then you're going to place a row of lamps right here. Get out your hoppers, and you're going to face them into the chests on the back right side like we did before. Everything here is basically the same as we did last time, but now the redstone needs to be done slightly differently, otherwise it's going to mix together. So in this case, we want to have the redstone comparator, instead of coming directly out of the chest to begin with, we actually want it to go out of the hopper. So if you saw in this design over here, the first comparator at the very bottom was pointed into the chest, if you can see right here. But instead of doing the chest, we're actually going to be reading from the hopper. So normally the comparator would be here, but we're going to put it here instead. Again, we're going to put that signal into a block. We're going to have reading out of that block is going to be a redstone repeater going into a piece of redstone. And then of course that piece of redstone is going to go into a target block, and that target block is going to power a redstone torch just as we did before. And you can go ahead and place the rest of your target blocks and torches. And then from here you just would do the repeating design that we had before. So now you would have a comparator right here, and then the next comparator would be right here, right here. And then the design from this point on is very simple. Piece of redstone dust here, block, repeater, redstone, and the block. And as you can see, the redstone from this side does not mix with the redstone on this side whatsoever. Nothing is powering any of the other blocks, and everything should operate normally. The sorting system is exactly the same, but I'll go ahead and build it for you again just to remind you. Hopper right here, block here, hopper here. And then you get out your snowballs, put them in here. And in this case we're going to sort out beetroot. And our villager is done curing. Let's see if we get any discounts. As you can see, we got a discount from this villager, but we did not trade with him, so his trades did change, so you want to make sure to do that. But you see we did get a discount on our trades. And then from here we can get items from our chests, and we can trade with him. And then of course we could add more villagers, and we can continue tiling this design. Alright, so congratulations, you have built yourself a fully automatic sorting, storage, and trading hall. So all you need to do whenever you want to trade with the villagers, you go inside those chests, get your items, and you can trade with them directly. Another thing I added to the system to give you guys some ideas is a water stream sorting system. Of course, you don't need to use a water stream. You can always use hoppers going over the tops of these ones right here. But if I just dump these items right here into this dropper, as you can see, the items are going to get sorted into the machine. Any items that overflow would get put into the lava, because you always want to have that so you don't lag the world with too many items. And then from here, if you want to trade with your villagers in bulk, it's very easy. Let me hop in survival mode real quick. And if I want to break this chest right here, it'll give me, flood my inventory with a whole bunch of carrots, as you can see here. And then they all want to trade with me. Click on the carrots, and then just click on the emerald. Just keep doing that, and if you want to refresh the trade, just hit the enter key, and just keep doing this, and as you can see, I am trading in bulk with this guy. I'll just keep going until he won't let me. Then I'll go over to this guy. You can see he has a discount because he talked to the villager over here. We'll choose him, and we'll do the same thing. And you can just keep going and going and going. And if I had more villagers, I'd just keep doing that, and I'd keep breaking the chest every single time I wanted more items. And then when you're done trading items with all the villagers, putting the chests back is very easy. You just place them. You can also do the same thing with the hoppers. But yeah, that is everything you need to know to make this automatic system. If I want to give this guy a discount, I can just lower him and the zombie will attack him. You want to make sure the zombie can't see you, otherwise he will not attack the villager. He'll go for you first. But if you just wait, you can see he will get killed, and then he will be converted, and then you can throw a splash potion of weakness and a golden apple to cure him. And then in about 5 minutes, he will be cured, and you'll get a number of discounts like you see with this guy over here. And as you can see, we have 1 pumpkin for 1 emerald, which is an amazing trade. One thing to keep in mind is that the curing process only works for a number of days. I think after like 3 or 4 Minecraft days, this guy's trades are going to go back up, although they'll still be better than if you had never cured him in the first place. Every single time you want to do a massive amount of trading, it's a good idea to infect and cure these guys 1 or 2 times, just to get your prices nice and low, and then you can get some good deals. But yeah, that totally completes this tutorial. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you guys like tutorials like this, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Consider leaving a like on the video if you guys liked it. And feel free to leave a comment in the comments section if you guys found anything interesting or have any improvements to this design. I'm always open to new ideas. But thank you guys very much for watching, and take it easy, everybody.